Dirt Tracks TV is sponsored by Polaris, think outside. Can-Am, follow your path. Yamaha's proven off-road side-by-sides and ATVs, realize your adventure. Team MSC, when you just gotta have the best. Honda Power Sports, power your dreams, whatever the terrain. Arctic Cat, share our passion.
Hey everybody, Luke and AJ here, and we are going to bring you into a full Polaris episode takeover today. We want to talk about just, I think, the actual scope of Polaris vehicles, because honestly, I don't stop enough times and look at how many products are actually offered from a manufacturer. There's so many times where I just look at it and I go, well, yeah, they have this and yeah, they have that.
Yeah, they cover everything.
It's ridiculous.
From kids to every kind of side-by-side. You know, in some cases, they're in segments that nobody else is even in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Their lineup is really deep.
We want to talk about all of the things they've been doing over the past few years, the way that they're changing their pricing structures and really trying to compete aggressively right now, which is pretty cool and actually very interesting. Definitely sign of the times, and that's a really good thing for Polaris. Yeah. Let's just jump right in at the base level, which really, to me, is the hallmark of Polaris, and that has to be Sportsman.
The Sportsman being the base, I think it's really important to just point out that Polaris has focused really hard on always offering like a cost-effective option in the Sportsman lineup. They've always done that from back in the day with the 400. Now they have a 450, but like their 450 HO right now is priced at $7,000 US
and 9,900 bucks Canadian. I think
for a full size. Not even bad power. I mean, I think it's got awesome power.
No, and it's very nice looking. It's fully equipped. It's a great ATV. But then they give you all of those stepping stones afterwards. So 450 to 570 to 850 to 1,000, all in one-up platforms. Then you want to switch gears. You want to go to something more aggressive because a 1,000cc Sportsman isn't enough for you. Go to the 1,000S Sportsman
or the 1,000S Scrambler.
1,000S Scrambler, 850 Scrambler. That's not what you want. You want a two-up? Okay, what about a 570 two-up? There's also an 850 two-up, and there's a 1,000 two-up touring.
And they've actually very much improved their two-ups over the past few years.
They're awesome vehicles.
Yeah, their two-ups
really
used to be kind of, I don't want to say base level, but like compared to some of their competition who had tons of features, Polaris's were a little bit less featured, but they're very featured now. They come with all the bells and whistles and they're great two-ups.
You want a two-up, but you also want a box, but you don't want a side-by-side. They have an answer for that too. Go with the X2. I believe it only comes now in 570, but that is a wicked product with a convertible rear box. You can run two up, you can take some stuff in the back.
Very versatile.
Tilts. Then they've got their Mud ATVs, and I believe the Mud comes in both 850 and 1,000. And then they have a 6x6 570 as well. Like, wide array of options. And then if you go to the youth line, you've got the 70, 110, and 200.
And I've actually owned a couple of those for my kids when they were little, and they were phenomenal ATVs.
Great ATVs.
Yeah, they were not like Chinese garbage ATVs. They were really high quality, worked perfect. So, I mean, when you look at that whole lineup, that covers all the bases of what people normally ask for, and then a bunch of bases that people didn't know they wanted.
Yeah, it goes from a guy who's never had an ATV before, all the way to somebody who loves ATVing and wants the most extreme 55-inch wide, 100 horsepower piggyback shocks, and, you know, all kinds of cool things.
The number of people I know who have those is staggering.
I know.
The number of people I know who maybe shouldn't have them is also staggering.
It's a great product. So Sportsman lineup is awesome. And they're still strong with all of these products moving into 2026. So that's pretty impressive. Now, when we move up from there, the next obvious step up on their website is called the crossover line. And the crossover line is considered the general.
This portion of Dirt Tracks TV has been brought to you by MBRP Performance Exhaust, built for the victory lap. This portion of Dirt Tracks TV has been brought to you by MBRP Performance Exhaust, built for the victory lap.
I actually thought General was just General XP because that's all we ever get here at Dirt Tracks. It's not.
I did some research on a test ride not that long ago, and I was looking on their website. I was like, what is this General? What is this thing? And it's not wide enough. And what model is this? But yeah, they offer an entry-level General.
And the General is a great crossover because it really does, it still has the tilting box. It's more sporty. It's not a Razor, but it's not a Ranger.
It's based off a Razor platform. It's not a Razor platform, but it's based off of it with a dumping cargo box, essentially.
And it's going to be your, like, you start in the US at $18,000 for the General. It's going to get you 100 horsepower, 62.5-inch width. There are a couple of different options here, but it does come with 600-pound box capacity, 1,500-pound towing. It's 12 inches of travel up front, 13 out back, comes with half-door standards in the 2-door model. And then when you go to the premium, you can get QS3 shocks, 14-inch rims, better tires, LED headlights with accent lights, and a nice blue coloration. And sorry, it only comes in a two-seater.
And I think one thing they've done with the General line that is really smart is that they've reserved some of the higher end features just for the XP.
Yeah, you got to pay to play.
Yeah, so they've basically made sure the General doesn't grow out of its entry level categorization. When you move up from the entry-level General, you go to the General XP 1000. Same motor. Same chassis, same box capacity, towing capacity, seating position, all that stuff's the same, but it's 64 inches wide. And there is another level.
They have premium and they have ultimate. Yeah, premium's going to get you Rockford Fosgate Stage 1, a rear view mirror, and then a padded center console. And then when you go to Ultimate, you get Rockford Fosgate Stage 3 audio, which is really loud. It sounds awesome. And you get the ride command with a rear camera as well. So in this platform, you got 14 inches of travel, so you boost up like an inch or two
I think that's probably due to the wider stance.
Could be, with the wider arms. It also goes up from 17.9 to 23.9, so there is quite a big step here. But it does have 30-inch tires, 4,500-pound winch, even at the sport level, which is a basic. It comes with a roof standard. It's got Walker Evans Velocity shocks on the base model, which are great shocks.
They're like really high-end shocks.
So you're going from like, I was looking at it and I'm going, well, why would anybody buy the XP if you can get this? And then I look at it and I'm like, oh, you got primo suspension, you got bigger wheels and tires, you got better travel, you've got all of these extra features, you got a 4,500-pound winch, you get a roof. So general buyers would like possibly just a bit more on the sports side. I think it could use another 30, 40 horsepower. I think it could use a bit bigger travel if they were going to do something to it. But when you step up and we go to the next one, which Polaris calls the Performance Side-by-Side, which is Expedition XP and Expedition, which the only difference between them is Expedition XP is the open air rear box. Expedition Adventure, is the
SUV.
The closed in, does not tilt. Yeah, it is. It's like a little Jeep.
It's an SUV, yeah.
So that product comes with 14 more horsepower from 100 to 114. It has a bigger fuel tank from what I understand, which will go 200 plus miles or 320 plus kilometers.
That's really impressive.
Which is impressive.
Yeah.
Now, you can get this in 2- and 5-seat configuration. There's so many people that we talk to who are like, I got 3 kids. I don't want 2 side-by-sides. We want to be together. How do we do this? Well, you have to go to a Ranger 6-seat. No, you don't. You can go to an Expedition and you can get all 3 kids, and you can even put the dog in the back if you go with the Adventure because it's fully enclosed. So when it comes to the Expedition XP and Expedition Adventure, you only get them now as fully enclosed cab with heat and AC.
Which I think lends back to the General, right?
Yes.
Because I think what was happening is that people saw the Expedition open cab version and said, well, why would I spend more money on that? If it's the base model of the Expedition Adventure, people are already trying to be more price conscious. So they're just going to drop down to the General and save more money. So that's pretty interesting. Polaris recognized that.
Because the entrance level at Expedition is $39,499 US. So you're talking base model, you're talking over $15,000 more than the General XP. So this is a big step up, but you are getting Fox Podium 2.0, QS3 shocks, ride command, heat and AC, power windows, locking doors, high clearance A-arms, 14-inch ground clearance, JBL audio. There is so much in this. And the Adventure model, the one cool thing about it is it's only $1,000 more. So if you want that enclosed rear box and you don't need the tilting feature and you want to have that space for the dog, for the equipment.
Well, I mean, I did a whole tour with my kids.
It's amazing.
And we went on a big long adventure and took all our stuff and we did a cookout in the woods. And like, it was wet. The trails were muddy that day and all of our stuff stayed perfectly clean.
Totally dry.
You know, I mean,
it's a little Jeep.
One of the problems is that my kids kept reaching back and eating cookies because they could reach it. That was annoying. But other than that, all of our food, all of our equipment stayed perfectly clean. And you can fold the front seats or the rear seats down
and put a bed in,
and you could put an air mattress in there and sleep in the Adventure. So if you're like a true overlander, you
don't need a rooftop tent.
No, that's the way to go.
We built one like that, and Polaris offers a rooftop tent, but you don't need one on that if you don't want to. Or you can put the kids in there and you can put a rooftop tent on and mom and dad can be up top. It's pretty cool. So probably one of the coolest products off-road that you can buy.
Almost no complaints.
This portion of Dirt Tracks TV has been brought to you by Suzuki. It's not a quad unless it's a King Quad.
Polaris says the next step is going to sports side-by-side, which is Razor. And there was a while there where we wondered, is like 50-inch Razor going to go away? It kind of got real quiet, but it's not. And it's reasonably priced.
Yeah.
$16,999 will get you a brand new Razor Trail with 75 horsepower and 50-inch wide. It comes with half doors. It's a great little product.
They look cool.
Fits everywhere that an ATV fits.
And they ride surprisingly well.
And then there's the next step up, which is one that I always feel gets left in the dark, and that's the Trail S. It's 60 inches wide. You go from 75 to 100 horse. You can get it in the ultimate package with accent lighting, roof, ride command, Rockford audio, needle shocks from Walker Evans.
I think the Razor S is one of the very best values in sport side-by-sides today. It's extremely competitively priced, but it just performs so well.
Is amazing.
Like beyond what its price and specs say it should perform. And I think that's part of the reason people started to think that maybe the Sport 50-inch was going to go away, because the S was so good, but it proves the point that there are a lot of people out there who want 50 inches wide.
When we go up from here, we go to the Razor XP 1000, Sport, Premium, and Ultimate options. Again, so many options from Polaris. The XP is a great platform. It's a great Razor. And I think it gets overlooked because of the Pro XP.
Well, interestingly, the XP just got a complete makeover, and I tested one this year. For the first time in a long time, I tested a Razor XP4. And honestly, after I was done with it, I was like, it's pretty hard to convince me that I needed to spend more money on anything more. I mean, it was more than fast enough. Like,
it's still quick.
Even with 3 people in it, it was awesome, and everybody who was in it loved it.
114 horsepower in that feels really good. So when we move from Razor XP, we go to Razor Pro XP, and Razor Pro XP is still 64 inches wide, but it gets the 181 horsepower turbo, and this one you can get 2 or 4 seats in. Plus, it gets a jump of 2 inches of travel to 22 inches of usable travel.
But we got to specify something, because it can be confusing when you don't know this. The Pro XP is not a Razor XP chassis. It is a different chassis. It's a completely, and what it is you get into the Pro lineup. So now we're in the Pro lineup. That chassis has got different trailing arms.
Wildly different.
Different chassis, different suspension, different ergonomics, everything's different. So it might look like the Pro XP is just a more powerful XP, but it's not. It's a whole other platform.
But if that's not intense enough, we're going to move into the wide open category, as Polaris calls it, and that is just nutty. That's the Pro S and Pro R, which Pro S is the same 181 horsepower as the Pro XP, but you're going to go to 28 inches of travel and a 74-inch wide stance. 2 and 4 seat options. You can get Dynamics 2.2 with Fox Live Valve, 3-inch body shocks, 32-inch tires,
15-inch wheels.
4-point harnesses, 5-lug automotive style wheels with hub assemblies.
3-piston front brakes.
Awesome braking performance. When you go to the next step, the Pro R, you can get this in Sport Ultimate, factory armored, as well as a race replica, but it's going to have the 225 horsepower four-cylinder engine, 29 inches of usable travel, same 74-inch width. Huge vehicle. Now, features and options in this one include 6-point harnesses, heated and ventilated seats if you want, fresh air cabin intakes, color-matched accent lighting up front, Dynamics DV suspension with Fox Live Valve, including internal bypass, like boss level.
It is.
Side by side.
And I've spent quite a bit of time in both of those, the S and the R. And really, they're very different, but they're very the same. It depends on what kind of power you want, because the 4-cylinder is a higher revving. It's smooth, but it doesn't have that like meat down low, but it has legs up top, whereas the S has all the down low. It's got a throaty sound. It's just totally different. And when you ride them back to back, you realize that while they are very similar, they're also really, really different.
Here's my thought. Kawasaki with the H2, when I think about this 225 horse 4-cylinder, Polaris is never off the gas. I have a feeling they designed this motor to have a supercharger on it.
Or turbo.
Or a turbo. And I believe that you're probably going to see them break that horsepower barrier next. And the Pro R really is the platform to take that. So that's the sport kind of lineup. You can buy the full race package. If you want to go race Baja tomorrow, you can buy a 100% race spec Polaris.
Factory built in the race shop.
Factory built. It is very, very cool and custom and very limited, but you can do that should you want to. Now,
if you buy one, call us and we'll come to your house and test it.
I would love
to do that.
To go and test that. Yes.
Dirt Tracks TV has been sponsored by Yamaha, revs your heart. Honda, life is better on a Honda. ITP, innovation, traction, performance. Fast HD. Roam fearlessly. Kawasaki. Let the good times roll.
Obviously, the last and the final point is Polaris's, their bread and butter, the Ranger lineup. This is the do everything, even though it's utility.
Yeah. The Ranger lineup really is Polaris's bread and butter. This is what's selling bigger than anything else, is the utility class. And now it's interesting because Polaris has doubled down on the Ranger lineup with the new Ranger 500, which is the most budget-friendly Ranger they've pretty much
most cost-effective
ever produced. At $9,999 US, $10,000 US, you get a Polaris built. It is not a Chinese knockoff, just put Polaris on it. They built it, they designed it. It's fully capable. Obviously, it's
got a
down
roof
a little
and a
bit.
winch.
Yep, from the factory.
From the factory. It's only 28 horsepower. This is meant to be that entry level. I want to try a side-by-side. I have utility tasks for it. It's still 28 horsepower, 58.5 inches wide, 10 inches of ground clearance. It does have turf mode and it is all-wheel drive. The winch is 2,500 pounds and it comes with the roof from the factory, but it's got 500-pound box capacity and 1,500-pound towing. We don't want to talk about it too much because Polaris is actually sending us one right now we're waiting for, and we're going to do a special story on it. We're going to do a test ride, but at $99.99 US for an American-made side-by-side with a winch and a roof, that's very impressive. When you move up to the Ranger SP, which is going to get you a base 570. You don't get anything other. There is no 500 and there's no bigger. The 570 is a great motor. It's going to get you 44 horsepower, 56 inches of width, the same suspension as that 500 Ranger, same box capacity and towing capacity, but you're bumping up to your option of a the two-seat or four-seat. So you can get a four-seater here. The price is only $2,000 more. I was shocked.
It's not the same platform.
No, it isn't. No, it's different. Totally different.
Basically a full-size Ranger platform now. Or mid-size Ranger.
It's a mid-size Ranger platform, but it's only $2,000 more. And I was like, wait, you can buy a Ranger 572 seat for $11,999 American? I think Polaris is getting really aggressive with their pricing. And there is offshore competition coming right now. So they're doing the right thing. And
it's offered with a premium package. So if you want the SP, you can get a premium package that gets you power steering, LED lights, skid plates, better bumpers, USB outlets in the dash. It's a premium version of their most cost-effective full-size Ranger or mid-size Ranger.
Mid-size Ranger besides the 500,
the bigger ones. They don't offer an Ultimate. I think that's really smart. They shouldn't offer an Ultimate. You got to go. Don't need ride command in their 570 Ranger, but you got to go 3-seat, which takes us to the full-size Ranger. You can get it in 570 and 1,000, 3-seat and 6-seat options. And it starts at $12,499, which is interesting because it's only $500 more expensive than the SP. So to get the full-size chassis.
To get the 3-seat as well. So you're taking an extra person along with you if you want to go just base model. If we want to step up from there, we're going to go Ranger 1000, 61 horsepower, 1,000-pound box capacity, 2,500 pounds towing. This is where you're getting into a real Ranger.
This is the big deal.
So there's in the full-size Ranger 1000, there's a base, an EPS, and a premium model. If you want to step up from there, Ranger XP 1000, you're going to get 82 horsepower, 14 inches of ground clearance, 29-inch Pro Armor tires, 4,500-pound winch comes standard, and it's available in 3- and 6-seat options. You can get factory-installed roof, LED headlights, and also standard is the 3-mode throttle control. So now you're going to a drive-by-wire system. Color options are available, but there's no packages except for the North Star. And when you go North Star, then we do have a couple of packages, which is premium and ultimate. North Star is full glass cab,
heat and AC,
heat and AC, and that's in the premium model. When you go to the ultimate, you get the ride command touchscreen, and you also get the audio package inside the cab.
Credit where it's due. They were the first. Polaris was the first to do heat and AC with a full cab. They were the first to do things like power windows and all this kind of stuff. They pioneered this class of side-by-sides, and now we're all benefiting from it.
And the next thing that they pioneered is the XD 1500, and nobody has this capability.
Not yet.
XD 1500, so you're talking 110 horsepower, 1,500 pounds box capacity. You can put 1,500 pounds just in the box, and it's electric tilting. 3,500 pounds towing.
Steel belt transmission.
Steel belt transmission, so it's a fully enclosed CVT like a car that runs in an oil bath with a steel belt. It's always in the right gear. It's always working hard. There's a button on the one or on the dash on the tow haul feature. You push the button and it puts it in a tow haul. You don't have low range. You don't have to worry about that.
You don't need low range.
And this thing is beefy with 30-inch tires, 6,000-pound winch with rapid recovery standard, and you might need it if you get it stuck, because it is a mammoth beast. Now, you can get it in 3-seat or 6-seat. You only get it in North Star, but you can get it in Premium and Ultimate. So if you don't want the ride command, you don't need to. It is also a starting price in the 3-seat of 40,000 American dollars, and it goes up to almost $50,000 for the full one. But people will say, oh, well, that's so much money. The person who wants an XD 1500 is not looking at the price, they're looking at the capabilities, and when they see it, they go, yeah, I'm not gonna drive my pickup truck back through these trails.
I was just gonna say that the argument we hear so often is, well, you can buy a pickup truck for that. You're not going to take a pickup truck where the XD 1500 can go. You should see ours. It's all scratched to crap and it's been bashed into stuff. And like we worked this thing super hard.
It's an awesome product, and really it is a statement piece at the end of their product line. It's like, boom, here you go. You know, they've got the Pro R 225 race replica. They've got the XD 1500. They're doing things on the entry level, and they're doing things on the highest level. And that's why I'm so excited to see what's coming in the future, because they never take their foot off the gas. There's always something new, something different, something better.
And they have innovated categories that we didn't even think of. They were not even on our radar. I mean, we like to sit around and talk about what would be cool if somebody did what. We've never even thought of these ideas, and yet here they are. So if they can have that kind of innovation that they blow our minds when this is what we do for a living every day, is figure out what the next thing's gonna be. What are they gonna come out with next?
I don't know, but I'm excited.
Make sure to subscribe and comment below for real interaction with the Dirt Trax crew.